Welcome to Talking Thrash. As they say, y'all get in here, y'all get in here. Welcome to Talking Thrash. As they say, y'all get in here, y'all get in here. Welcome to Talking Thrash. It's Tony Loyal. I am not going to be before you long. I just want you to know who I am. A man in my word, universal cat, partially healed, kind of saved. I love you and I love your mama. This is giving news report. So please forgive me if I get a little Montel Williams on y'all. Okay, welcome to Talking Thrash. Thank you for joining me. I am so glad that you guys are tuned in and gals are tuned in to Talking Thrash tonight. I won't be before you long because I am hungry and it's time to get it cracking. How are you guys doing? Are you enjoying the fake spring? Mother Nature is sending mixed signals. I really want to have a talk with her and be like, did you get your tax refund? Is that why you're acting the fool? Like, get it together. It's spring now. Let's go. I need some warmth in my life. All right. If you guys don't know, I have two answers for the questions that I'm doing tonight. These are my two answers. Okay. London and Landon. Those are pictures of me. They're just photoshopped or whatever you call it. But I just wanted to post that up because that's how fine I could be with filters. Welcome to Talking Thrash. Let's do some boss up real quick. Oh, I want to give some special bosses up tonight. I haven't done so in a while, and I've mentioned all of these people before, but because I was at an event where I was with most of them, I just want to go ahead and give a quick boss up. Business organization of services. I shout out your business organization of service locally, nationally, or internationally. All you got to do is send me some info. First up is to Durana Perry, Photography and Design LLC. Her email is dpeephoto@gmail.com. Please hit her up. She's an amazing artist with her craft of photography. Next up, we have DJ Chris, CHRISS, Christopher C. Jensen, JENSEN on Facebook. If you guys want a real good, smooth, like vibe with R&B 90s, because some of us are still there, hit them up. Next, we got DJ Sweets, Sweets from the Streets. Listen, Brian Cruz. Brian, what's up, buddy? I love you. Gamma. Hit DJ Sweets up, DJ SWEETZ. And we have, last but not least, Saving Us from us, better known as Saving Us. Shout out to brother Tony Chapman. Gamma. And also Vernell, VERNELL Chapman on Facebook. All right, y'all, let's get into it so I can go eat some food. Please excuse the trembling. I do vow to get better with the equipment that I use. I just gotta wait until I know what I'm doing because what I'm not trying to do is copy everybody else. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for riding with me. I'm liking this brown right now. This is giving English teacher. You get an F. No. F is for failed the quiz. Welcome to Talking Thrash. Okay, my three questions that I want to get out of here because I just been really trying to reflect on like not so much messy content. Everybody's gonna cover that. They're gonna get the EJs and the all of those things. They're gonna cover everything, and I want to cover me because this is about me. Because when I'm talking, nobody's listening except for this. Also, shout out to the dent in my head when my hair grows back. It's giving George Jefferson. My cat's trying to get in, but she gonna have to wait. First question up is, what are you most proud of? I thought about this question, and I really do think that I'm proud of my name, Loyal, the name that I created with the X. And so, with that separation and moving forward, I feel like able to make a name for myself. Not that I dislike my last name, but I'm going to always be a Thrash. Hello, Talking Thrash. But I really do like the reinvention of myself when it comes to that name and what it's bringing. I do not. I do not feel like I am betraying anybody. I just like leveling up my own life and just kind of making sure that I stay true to my reinvention, if you will. Okay. Welcome to Talking Thrash. Thank you, Jevin Spunk. I also feel like I'm very proud of Gamma Phi Chi, the fraternity, non-collegiate Greek fraternity. We advocate for men's mental health. One of the things that I am really proud of is that we have found a way to address mental health on a level that accommodates everybody. It's not something that, like, There's no script. We're just coming in with our own mental health issues, and we are what I'm doing, what we call building from within. And that's one of the things I'm proud of, that we can get a group of men together. We want more men, but at that, as it grows, as we continue to define who we are, all of that will happen. But I'm more so very proud of like what we're actually doing inside internally with ourselves, and how that comes out when we are growing. Like I always say, what is silver lining? Silver lining is simply overcoming all the gray that you've gone through. Plainly put. All right. Thank you for that question. Okay. So the next question is what are the challenges in interracial dating? Now, I know people talk about this, not as much. Some of y'all may not want to hear it. Some of y'all don't care because you probably personally can't relate, or you might feel a certain way about interracial dating. But because I've done it in the past, present, and probably future, I just want to touch on my thing. Not to blame any side. We understand like the racial dynamic in America and the world. We understand how that looks when you are interracial, regardless of what your ethnicity or background is. But I do think that most of us don't know uh, or understand the basic thing. Neither one of you can undo the negative things that you were taught, that were told to you, that were right. And that's the biggest challenge. Like, we both lived our lives being who we are. We both have been around the negative and the positive. We both have been brought up a certain way to innately think about certain people or things as you see them. And all it is like, as you grow up, you just got to unlearn some of that stuff. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest challenge on both sides. Some people be like, I'm black, I'm in this relationship with a white person. Like, I got it harder. Well, maybe you do in certain aspects, but I feel like they have it just as hard, especially if you're challenging them to, think better, because you ain't gonna lay in my bed. No. But I think that is probably the biggest challenge with dating interracially. Um, Landon says that's the biggest challenge. London has a different answer. London's answer is the biggest challenge is correcting them when they're not ready for it. All right, London, bridge is falling down. Hi, Liam. Thank you for joining Talking Thrash. Like, London said the biggest challenge is correcting them when they're not ready for it. Well, I mean, that goes along with, unlearning what they've learned, or unlearning what you've learned, or relearning in a different way. So I think both twins are right. Okay. Thank you for that question. Let me tell y'all what I'm drinking tonight. Water, because I'm staying hydrated. Also, a little potatoes with the spizzit and crank butter. Clink, clink, clink. Pause. I found this in my car. It is a brown skin band-aid, and I am going to use it on my skin because it matches perfectly. You know how hard it is to find brown skin band-aids that match your complexion? It's really hard. I'm sure Landon and London can contest. Next question. Have you found the tribe in the LGBT community? Have I found a tribe? No. That would be a big old nope. I have made some great connections with people that I have encountered over time. Sometimes it's just love when you see them, and that's the connection that you're gonna get. Sometimes it's just like knowing that you have them on Facebook and you can talk to them. Other times, like, people switch up when they get in relationships, and then they find their tribe, and you probably don't mesh well with that tribe. I don't know if I'm really looking for a tribe in the LGBT community. I think I'm more so looking for peace and happiness. That in that tribal area. Like, Liam said he hasn't either. I'm pretty sure you haven't. And Liam, it has nothing to do with how you look or who you are. It's just the thing. Like, most of it is going to be centered around stuff that you are not interested in. And that's probably how you haven't found it. But also, like, I feel like people who do other stuff find their tribe. Like, if you're into theater, you're going to be finding gays in the theater. If you're into art, if you're into basketball, whatever you're into, you're going to find your tribe within that. But because everybody's not into certain things, or I don't know, maybe you ain't looking. I'm not looking. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but tribe is a really big word. It's like your people. That takes time to build. That just doesn't come on Thanksgiving at the potluck, when y'all crack open a bottle of wine. That comes with like trial, tribulations, searching, going through who the real friends are and who are not. Like a lot of that takes time if you're willing to invest into it. I stay busy, so I don't really think about it. But I have made great connections. I have found a tribe in other ways, I should say. Scars. Last question here for Talking Thrash tonight. Thank y'all for joining me. Let me know if my character is cool tonight, because I'm really tired. Like, it's been 3 hours of sleep for the past 2 nights. It's been so bad. London's face is like messing up. But the last question is, what is my guilty pleasure? As far as what, like food or like TV? Because off top, my guilty pleasure is driving, like going nowhere for no reason. Just get out the car, walk around, and come back. Like I like driving, probably because I learned to like drive later in life, I should say. I would say watching interviews, like entertainers that I love. I love watching interviews. I like to get into the aspect of like who they are with the people that they're around, who they know, how long they've been doing stuff. Like, when did it all start? It's the background for me that I love about interviews. Also, they just get to loosen up. Sometimes you watch an interview and you be like, wow, they talk like that, or they, because you really just see them in character, and you probably equate their reality personality to their character, which is not. So I also am talking. I wrote down something as I was looking at it, but one of my guilty pleasures is I want to. It's a guilty pleasure bucket list. Wanting to know what average lingo was like in like the 1400s. Like, how did people talk? How did they gossip? What was like the youth language? What was the slang? What were curse words? What were encouraging words? Maybe they were different from what we use now. Um, but what was that like? Too sorry. What was all that about? I really want to know what that's about. That was my guilty pleasure. Outside of interviews, guilty pleasure and driving, I don't really have any. But I did say I wasn't gonna be before y'all long. It's at 12:14, and thank you for tuning Talking Thrash. Listen, I want to challenge you to subscribe and like and give me what your thoughts on this live. If you don't, that's fine. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. But I am a couple of things. I'm very hungry. I'm a little tired. I'm getting through this week slowly but surely. I am a man of my word. I'm a universal cat, partially healed, kind of saved. I love you. I love your mama. I love Landon and London. And they love me too because I created them. It's daddy over here. Thank you for talking thrash with me. I will listen. At the end of the day, it's you're here. That's all I can say. And I guess I want to piggyback on my questions real quick. Maybe if you are in the LGBT community, figure out what tribe means to you as far as like your connections and friendships, and don't overdo it. You're still learning about yourself. What are the real challenges in dating and interracial dating? Being in interracial dating, like that's the challenge itself. But if you are bigger than the challenge, you guys will be fine. Come to the front. Let's talk about it. I'm very proud of a lot of things, but the two things I said, making a name for myself as Tony Loyal and my non-collegiate Greek fraternity, my brotherhood, I'm proud of that. I'm also proud that I am letting myself get out of my own way and not be fearful about the next steps, because there's a lot of steps coming, like baby steps, but you got to walk at some point. All right. All right. Thank you for talking thrash for me. Like and subscribe. I love you and I love your mama. Have a good night. Have a good Wednesday. Go eat some hamburger helper or a salad. Maybe work out a little bit. I don't know. Mind your business. Thank you for talking thrash. Bye.